Rahubat. Just so you know, I have the screen black for a reason. There's nothing wrong with my screen. For those of you that are listening, and those of you that are listening, can you please make sure you pass this audio around? Today is today the 20th? Yeah, today's the 20th. Tomorrow is our last day for our fast. So there's some things that have been brought to my attention, and I felt it necessary for me to speak about it today. Again, I do know that my screen is black. Just want you all to know that it's black for a reason. Here's my hand. Okay? The Most High is in darkness anyway, void in darkness. I wanted to bring some things to the attention of the family, some behavior in the tribe that I find quite disturbing. Let me begin with the all prayer. Anuki Jawif pa ashukin pa paut, wu kalal ashuk kawun jawaf neye. Anuki kasem im pa paut, wu pa paut kawun kasem im neye. Anuki wahu ameh pa paut, wu pa paut kawun wahu ameh neye. Nukuk kador naja, ameh kasem im pa paut, wu kabub ameh mushkas Nakuk Kador Kawan Kalil Pafef, Nakuk Arud Jawif Pa Paut, Ameh Wase, Ameh Aradni, Kawun Leye Pakoi Jawif Pa Paut, Anuki Yabek Bi Yeh Nefasni, Pa Paut Kawun Anuki, Pa Paut Kador Nakuk Kador, Pa Paut Amol Nakuk Amol. Greetings, family, and thank you for tuning in. And again, my screen is black because I made it black. Darkness and void. I don't feel the need that every time I go live that I always have to show my face and make sure you all see me. Most of you hate me anyway, and you hate your master teacher and you're jealous of him. And a lot of you are responsible for his incarceration. And you sit back and you watch and you talk and you laugh. And some of you try to mock me or make fun of me, or many of you are jealous and you try to go live and make statements and say things concerning Panabab Yanun and his life. But what, you know, the master teacher talks to me all the time. We're extraterrestrials, so we communicate with one another. And I don't want to get into detail about what was told to me, but I want to say this. A lot of you go live, you put on the garb, you stand in front of people, and you talk about the master teacher and how great he is. But the Most High despises a coward, okay? Y'all are cowards. You know, the world, my father always told me this when I was younger, because when I was in school, I was very little and I had long hair. And I used to have, and my mother dressed me nice, so I would have problems with people in school. And I used to talk with a list, because I used to suck my thumb when I was a kid, and for my mother broke me out of that. And I talked with a list, and they used to tease me in school. And I used to come home and always complain and tell my father, they keep making fun of me the way I talk. And my father used to say this saying, sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never harm me. And I couldn't stand that saying. I always felt like when people did things that were wrong, that it should be addressed. And so what my mother would tell me is the opposite of what my father would tell me. She would say, somebody, as long as they don't put their hands on you, you know? And so I grew up as a child in Brooklyn, New York, going to school with children that were rude and disrespectful to the teacher, the girls rolling their eyes, sucking their teeth, and not paying attention in class and stuff like that, because Americans raise their children different from the way foreigners raise their children. And so I'm saying this because my parents are foreigners, and I was raised different in my household. There were things that just were not accepted, okay? And one of them was disrespecting elders. I was definitely against that. My mother would pull out the strap. And so in this day and time now, they look at that as being abuse. You know, when you get your butt whipped or your behind whipped, they consider that abuse. And so now we have a generation of children that are just out of line and disrespectful. And we also have that in this tribe. We have members of this tribe that when they were children, their parents didn't discipline them, and they're disrespectful, you know. And so I'm coming on live today to say that the world loves a fighter, while a coward is despised by all. Okay? The Most High does not respect cowards, and many of you are cowardly and you're not speaking up. You know, you stand there and say how great the master teacher is, but you won't tell the world what happened and why he's in there. You won't talk about, okay, you don't like the way I do things, right? Because you're saying that well, some of you who disagree, you're saying that I'm slandering, uh, you're saying that I'm slandering, people because I'm putting them on the wall and all I do is talk about people, but I'm talking about people that have done things to create this confusion that we have going on in the tribe. And I can't reiterate over and over again that this is done by witches. Okay? The spell of Kingle was cast by witches. They are real. They are in this tribe. They wear the garb. Every time Baba says something, they be the first one to run up and show off. Now, all of a sudden, the mass teacher expresses to the tribe that he's tired of seeing us walking around with sweatsuits on. I'm not one of them. Anybody that knows me, I'm always in my garb. Always. Now you got these fake sisters and brothers walking around pretending that they're with us and they're not. And the thing is this, if you care about Baba or you don't, you know, you're jealous that I'm speaking up about the master teacher and I show so much love, and so you want to show, you want to compete with me and or make this a competition to show the family that you care about Panabab Yanun. So what you do is you stand in front of people and with his picture and say how great he is and he's a diplomat and this and he's the master teacher. But what you won't do is you won't tell the world why he's in there. You're a coward. You will talk about how great he is, Panabab Yanun and the master teacher. You say all of this, but you won't tell the world why he's in there. You know why? Because you're a coward. If you're going to talk about he's a Liberian diplomat, talk about how he became a diplomat, the year he became a diplomat, who appointed him a diplomat, and why Liberia is playing games with his life, or why the people in this tribe are playing games with his life. Like I said, y'all are cowards. And the world despises a coward, and the Most High does not respect cowards. So if you're going to stand up and talk about how great the master teacher is, you need to let the world know why he's incarcerated. Like I do. You're a coward. You're not going to step up and tell the truth about it because you're afraid of Sheriff Howard Richard Sills. You're afraid of Judge Charles Ashley Royals. You're afraid of the KKK. You're afraid of somebody coming to your door and kicking it in. You're afraid that you might go somewhere and somebody might try to run you over. You're afraid. You're a coward. But see, me, I'm not a coward. I fear no one. I walk with the Most High. That's who layouts my path, not them. So if you're claiming you're walking with us and you love the master teacher so much and you want to compete with me, step up and speak the truth. And like I said, if you don't want to put people on the wall, if you don't want to acknowledge the wrong that people have done with all these years that the master has been incarcerated, then don't speak about it, but speak the truth about the case. Talk about Abigail and the lies that she told. How she wanted to be with Baba's son, Muhammad. How this is a family feud and Baba's own family and the people that he loved put him in there. Talk about that. You want to stand up there with your shawls over your head, all you fake freaking sisters that don't like me. I don't care. I'm not here to be liked. I'm here to be picked up and to be taken off this rock. I'm here to develop myself and become a better person and woosa back. Y'all are fake niggas. And if you cared about the master teacher in his life, you would have stepped up and tell the world why he's in there. Y'all look retarded. Standing there with that crazy looking girl with them gums sticking out of her freaking head. This is not who we are. And we see you. The ancestors don't like it. And so they use me to expose it. Because I'm not a coward. I'm not afraid to speak the truth and tell what I see and what I know about you whores in this tribe, men and women. Drinking, doing drugs, sleeping with each other, going from man to man to man to man. How can you stand before our tribe and stand before us like you're a leader or you represent us when you don't? Most of you, it's a lot of you women, you don't take care of your freaking children. You don't keep a clean home. You don't keep a clean body. You drink, you sleep around. Y'all on the internet going back and forth like punks, like cowards. Step up and tell the world who did this to Panabab Yanun. And like I said, if you don't think what I'm saying is real, then tell what you know about the case, because y'all already know about this case. He's been in there 23 years. There was 18 people, 15 people, including attorneys, in a meeting in Winter Park, Florida, when I got the Brownstone Law Firm on board to do what was called a habeas to have the math teacher released from prison. And each and every one of those people that was there turned on me. They had their phones and they recorded the conversation with Baba. And y'all heard the master teacher say that Sheriff Howard Richard Sills had a doll with a noose around his neck, the Malachi doll with a noose around the doll's neck, hanging in his office with the book of the man of many faces. Why y'all never spoke about that? When Duswa, who was known as Basil at the time, aka Damien Pryor, beat Neeful, what did you brothers do about that? Knowing how the master teacher feels about men that put their hands on women. When Kare's husband spoke about what he did to Nawar, to his daughter, and was looking for him, y'all heard Kare say that the clan mother, Wakia, Dale Elaine Brown, had him hiding out in her house. So that should let you know that there's a coven of witches in the tribe. They live for, of, and by each other. So why won't those of us who are not a part of this scheme, why won't we live for, of, and by each other? Why won't you all help me as I work hard and diligently to make sure that the master teacher is free? And not only that, I put my life on the line by going public and exposing the devil. Judge Royals, Sheriff Howard Richard Sills, what's that other girl name? Nicole, Ada Nicole Hardin and her mother. Yeah, they're up next. They're up next. I'm not afraid to speak the truth. I'm not a coward. So like I said, if you're going to go on the internet and talk about the master teacher, talk about why he's in there, tell the world what happened to him. And stop standing up there using his name and his image to look like you're so woosa back. Matter of fact, let me read something. This is coming from the Master Secret. Pa Athun Rabu Mukdalu, the 24 Elders. And this is series number 24, part 1. Let me read something to you. so you can hear about the master. This is coming from his pen, not me. This is page 7, excerpt number 86. Let it be known, the reason I allowed myself to be taken, and by that left from your presence for this time, was so that you would show your true colors, your actions, your devotion, or your true nature, which many claim to be so devoted have shown. Qur'an, a child of mine, means nothing to them, as you see. Hamut, consort of mine, means nothing to them, as you see. Yasar, family of mine, means nothing to them, as you see. Musdaqu, trusted friends of mine, means nothing to them, as you see. So, old timer as old school means nothing to me, as you see. I have been betrayed by the very Shakasu people I lived my life for, gave my life for many times, and I still love them all as if none of this had ever happened. My family is Nawapu, Nawapians, as you should know and now can see. Those that made it to this day's schools, Munuwapu, are my loved ones. I Yasar, my family. I Sadaku, my friends. I Karadu, my children. I Murasu, my students, old and young. Those now with me as I give what I really came to impart on my race. Not those who think they overstand better than I, or those who hold on to old teachings and reject the new teachings of today from 2000 AD onward. What fools these mortals be, who think they know what only I know. It's about now, not back then, yet now forward. I have allowed my imprisonment for this time to show you who is who and who is not really of you, Nawapu Nawapians. I have allowed my incarceration for this time to reveal the fakers, con artists, wannabes, those who only want to look the part of being with me, when in fact they are truly only with themselves and those they came to use, or those they can use. Weak-minded Zazaztatu women and Zazazu men being used for their pleasures and substance, their own greed and substance allowance. Yet they will all see I am the real thing. What I teach, they all feed off of, yet make excuses not to come into the inner family of Nawapu Nawapians. They are on the Fawedge outside, looking Jawef inside, as I have said many times. I was given a means to measure and to see who is who, and I count and enter the Renenet, names of those who are truly with me and those who are Fawedge outside. If I don't enter their Renenet names into our book of life, they will be left behind because they are on the Fawedge outside looking Jawef inside. Many will come crying when they see the great Kabat crafts. They will say, but I taught Wunawap. I converted many to become Nawapu Nawapians. I gave wealth. I supported your freedom. I did this and I did that. However, what they don't say is I was doing my own thing, living my own way, learning what I wanted, speaking not Nawapic, yet the old school. I'm in, yet not inside. I'm near, yet not close to him. I'm on the outside, looking inside. I represented you, Pops, yet I did not respect those appointed. I did not enter inside. I did it all from outside. I will say, I said this, you did that. I said come in, you stayed out. I said wait, you asked over and over about what you think. I said stay close to me, you moved away. I don't represent you, and you never really represented me or true Wunawa. You will be left behind, and those who follow you will be left behind, accept it or not. Time will tell. Look at the signs of the times. Who warned you of this? Wakut, time, none other than myself. I left you all that you might straighten out, yet not for infighting as I see, so that the Zazazu men would stand up, not run away as many did, to keep what you had on Taha, Meya, Re'e, Tamaray, and Wahani. You let the beast take it. You took what you could and you ran off to do your own thing, many of you in many ways. What fools you mortals be, and those who follow. I left you with unfinished work, yet you let it fall after you won the court case. Think what you would have there now on Taha, Meya, Re'e, Tamaray for your families. So now I appoint these Mukdalu elders and Mursalu sent ones to bring you these Madat at words. I could not do it if I had not left you to do this work for you. I was appointed to live to age 72 and in all 100 until 2045 AD. This is based on 1845 AD, 1945 AD, and 2045 AD, or cycles of 100 years, a century. This will not be now. You did as you pleased, not as I directed you. You only have a short time to return inside the courts of our Marat, our Mir, or you will be a part of their dreadful days to come, and I will not be able to alter your matrix nature, Medat, Nazdjar, Metu, Natir. It will read what you think. Your matrix of words in your mind and your mouth. I wanted to read that because Panabab Yanun is saying, you, especially you women who are going from brother to brother to brother, every time you turn around, there's a different man in your life and in your home. And you know who you are. And as I said, the time is coming where I'm going to put those of you that I know of, I'm going to smack you on the wall and expose you too. Because you're not going to walk around this tribe with an Ethiopian shawl on, pretending that you're this righteous, clean, good woman when you're a whore. And you're not walking with us. You're pretending that you do. I have a right, and all those of you who live with Sabat, you have a right in this tribe to speak up and right the wrong. Don't let these people walk and mistreat our doctrine and our way of life. Because truly and honestly, they don't belong here. They're here to cause confusion. As I said to you all, they are witches. They are witches. Witches and warlocks, men and female witches. And what do? They cast spells. They light candles. They do incantations. They're into sorcery. These are not children of the Most High. These are the children of fire that Panatharu has warned us over and over. So I had to read this. I had to come clear today and express this all to you all because I don't like it when people act like they care so much about Baba, but they won't speak. They're too afraid to speak the truth. Y'all talk about how great he is, and we had this, but you won't say why he's in there. Why? Because you're a coward. If you're going to stand up and you're going to go public about the master, speak the truth. Talk about why he's in there and what they did, who did it, who is behind the scheme of things. And if you don't know, find out. Because that's what we're about. We're about Hakak al Hakaktat, actual facts. I'm not here to be liked. I'm here to live my life as a Sabian, to be picked up by my ancestors, to go back home on my planet, on my universe where I belong. Because I don't belong on this planet of the apes with monkeys, with dumb people that walk with the master and left him alone to be in prison like this while he's being tortured daily. And the person or those of the people that care about him, that come up with ideas and things to help him, you shun them and try to lie and make it seem like it's all about money. It's never been about the money. And everybody that knows me knows that it's not. But money is needed. You can't fight a war without financial support. And this is a fact. Y'all let the children of fire play games on y'all. Y'all let them lie to y'all, and you support, and then you stop. You help, and then you stop. And I don't understand that, because I don't know what do you want from me. You understand? I give my all. I put my life on the line for Panabab Yanun. I speak the truth about what I know and what I saw, and I put them on my wall and exposed them. Did I not lie? Have I lied? No. Because the math teacher told me, you tell her you speak the truth. Because that's how you trap the devil. And I shared some letters with y'all. I shared some audios with y'all. What are y'all? Oh, those are old back then. It's always negativity. It's never like, wow, this sister's talking to the master of heaven and earth. She cares about him. I heard him say that the people are stealing, but she's not. They still won't work. And know what they do now? Now they want to know. When was the last time you spoke to Baba? And see, I already know what that question is about. And when somebody asks me that, I refuse to answer, because that's not what it's about. Like I said, you already know who devils are, because they're always in competition. I'm the one that opened the door to Congressman Hank Johnson's office. I'm the one that went to D.C. and traveled back and forth with money or without the support. I made it happen. We are all responsible for Panabab Yanun's life, all of us. And those of you who have children, what if somebody did that to your son? How would you feel about that? Because the master teacher came from the womb of a woman. You never grow old to your mother. You're still a child to them, or their child, even though you're an adult. That's somebody's child in there. Y'all not thinking of it in that way. This is wrong. You're going to step up. You're going to go live. Talk about the truth. Stop being punks and cowards. Talking about how great Baba is. And do you know who Malachi? All this stupid stuff like it's some freaking commercial. You don't represent us, and you're not us. We see right through you. I'm just bold enough to put you on the wall and talk about it. But there are others that feel the same way. There are thousands and thousands of Sabians world over. And you're an embarrassment to this tribe because y'all standing up there, but you won't talk about what happened. The young elder, you too. You got your channel up. All you talk about is these beings and these beings, and you know what the master teacher said, and you know I just don't get it. You and that freaking what's his name? False one, phase one. Why don't y'all tell the world what happened to Dr. Malachi York like other people do when their children get incarcerated or things happen to people in their family unfairly? What do they talk about? When they talked about Breonna Taylor, they said the cops came in her house and they shot that girl up. They spoke about what they did to her. They didn't talk about how great she was. They talked about what happened. How this system fails us over and over again. It is wrong and it is cowardly. And it is evil for you to stand up there and talk about how great the master teacher is to make yourself look good, but you're too afraid to talk about what happened to him. Who did this? Who's behind it? The sheriff. You won't investigate that, but you want to investigate me and find out where I'm at, but you won't investigate the people that did this to Panabab Yanun. Look at all those pictures of the master teacher in the courthouse. Look who's in front of the courthouse. Who you see over there? Dale Elaine Brown Waukee. Who you see over there? Obar. Who you see over there? Rochelle. Who you see over there? Rick. Who else you see over there? Tashaka Malik. Who else you see? Mr. Bundy. Who else you see? Iris. Who else do you see? Needful. Amenhotep, aka Elizabeth Westbrook, who you see, Duswa, aka Basil, aka Damon Alvin Pryor. You ask anybody in this tribe that's been there during the time of the mass teaching incarceration, ask them were they allowed in that courtroom. Nobody that was for the master teacher life was allowed in that courtroom. All black devils, his family. I want to read the end of this prayer. I just wanted to say this today. And if you're listening, and as I said, my screen is black because I want it to be black, void and darkness. I want y'all to listen to this. This is from the master. This is what he wrote in the prison. Nawapians, blessed is this day and time. For you so ask that Panatharu to listen for your prayers and your chants, and that they don't hide from you, that your ancestors and relatives come close to you. Ask that they listen. Say, attend to me and hear me. Know I call from the inner heart. Hear me when I mourn and when I cry, even when I complain and make anger noise. But it's the Canaanites and his Negro helpers who are the enemies of the facts. And because of the actual facts in Patarak and this most holy scripture for all people, that they work together to oppress Nawapians world over with oppression. They are only wicked. It's they who plot and plan to cast iniquities upon me. Therefore, my good works, they hate me. My heart is in much pain within me, and the terrors of the wrath of time overtake me. Fear and trembling have come into my life when I should not fear none or nothing. Give me strength to overpower these feelings. Don't let me be overwhelmed. Many a times I said I would depart from the way of Wunuwapu, run and hide. Yet for you, I stay. Fear is not stronger than the love of truth. And many a times does my mind wander to the outer world of wickedness, and I become weakened by my body's lust and greed. Yet for you, I say lust and greed is not stronger than the love of facts and confirmation. In my mind and heart, I hasten to seek my escape from the rules and restrictions of Wunuwapu. Yet where I run into Nuwapians over and over. Hear me and help me overcome this spell of self-destruction and lust of this outer world. At times my mind would wander far off and remain in that far off place. Hear me and guide me back to the way. The way is my own way, the right way. Those that seek to do me harm, turn them back. Those that slander me, stop their tongue. Those that created gossip about me, cover their heart with pure love. Those that come together to hurt me, divide their minds and hold their hands, because I have seen too much violence, too much hate, too much racism. I myself have listened to too much slander and too much gossip. I even wish to hurt others. Yet the way has given me the right way to handle these feelings. I don't need this strife in my life. Hear me day and shadow hours, because they that seek to do me harm go about this world of flesh and the world of spirit in their mischief to cause me sorrow or pain. Wickedness is what they do, and many are in my midst with much deceit and guile. I mean them no harm, but that is not my way. I only depart from them in their ways. For it was not the enemy that reapproached me of my own race and family, neither was it Pahikakasutu or his own. No, he used those that I trusted, those close to me. I did not know how much they hated me, and how much that it did magnify inside them, and how they let the Canaanites use them against me. It was my own. Those close, my own people, my own acquaintances, every family of my own. We used to eat together, walk together, pray together. For my way of life, did they turn against me? For my own culture, did they betray me? They have given over to another's way, another's law, another's religion, another's culture in place of our own. I had done not wrong in our world. I have hurt none in our culture. I have abused no one in our way of life. Yet for my love, they deliver me to die. Let death not cease me before my time. Let death cease them before they return to our own way, the way of our ancestors. For as for the Canaanites, let death cease upon them for their wickedness. Let them go down quick. Let the specters of their Wicca Celtic culture put them in their own pit of fire. For wickedness is all they do, and wickedness is in their heart. As for me, hear me. I will call out to you. I will call out for you, O Nazdjar-U, and I know you will save me. I will pray Atum-Re-A 9 a.m., Atum-Re-A 3 p.m., Ahmun-Re-A 9 p.m., and if I wait for Ahnun-Re-A 3 a.m., I will pray. I will call out to you for you to hear me. I will even cry aloud, and I know you will feel my needs and the needs of all Nawapians who will turn to raise their hands and call out. You hear each of our voices and you know each of us. You are our overseers. I know you hear me and will deliver my being from all pain and suffering. And I will win the battle that is against me with your helping hand. Many evils are against me, yet I will overcome them all in you. I know you hear and will prevent them, even those who were with me before, because they have not changed. Hear me when I call. I come before you true. I trust in you. You can trust in me. Ahmun Re'e. So as you see, Panabab Yanun said that the Celtics, Canaanites, and his Negro helpers, meaning our own race, helped incarcerate the master teacher. So again, if you're going to go live, if you're going to make a statement and talk about how great Panabab Yanun is, talk about the people that put him in there. Let the world know why he got incarcerated and what happened. And remember that you are all being watched. And y'all better get yourselves together before it's too late, because he is the master of heaven and earth, and he will be home. Wadu.